Hello, welcome to the fourth dimension. Maria here with your reading for today. It's a collective reading. I'm so excited. Football season's here. I'm so serious right now. Hockey, boxing, and football. That's what's on my mind right now. Tell me about what's going on in the collective. I have the matching helmet here, to go with it. Somebody's got a closed heart right now. They're trying to work on opening it. I feel like this person, it could be you, is coming through an awakening, going through an awakening. I have stop giving away your power right now. And then on top of it, open your heart, not just a little, all the way, and let the love flow in. So I feel like anytime I get these two cards together, it feels very much like an awakening of somebody's feeling like the mule in a situation, relationship. They're the overgiver. They might have had this realization there's not much in common between the two people, and they're evaluating their relationships in their life. And it feels like stepping into their awakening of understanding what's for them and what's not for them. The reason why I say that is guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let go. This is very much, I'm going to just say the vibe I get is somebody's going through a divorce. It feels very much like a divorce with a lot of guilt that they committed to something that they weren't, I don't feel, completely awakened to the fine print. And once they are in this relationship, marriage situation, long-term commitment, whatever it is, it feels very much like not just one-sided, but one person's carrying the load. They physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally cannot carry this burden. In fact, the more they're in this relationship, they're seeing things. It's like the veil is being lifted about all their relationships in their life where they show up for other people and the other person isn't as invested in this person. I have insatiable, controllable desires, must have hunger for pleasure. And this is an awakening to what got them in this situation. So I kind of, in the pictures that are going through my mind is maybe it's shiny thing syndrome, shiny stuff. I needed to be the best or have the best. And this person looked like the best. And once I'm committed to this person, it's not as interesting. And it's not as exciting. And in fact, we don't have much in common. And this person's, if it's you, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry, but I'm not sorry because I think this is happening for your betterment, not to you. And the reason why I say this is somebody who maybe I like nice things. I do. I'm the first to admit I like nice things. That being said, I don't put my burden of nice things on somebody else's shoulders to provide. That's the thing. If somebody's going through it, I feel, and it's almost like they have a ravenous, insatiable desire. If you pulled away from this person may use their physical features to come back and try to get you back under their control. I keep hearing. It feels very much insatiable. They might come in and propose recommitment. I swear to God, when I'm on, man, thank you, Spirit. It feels like they want to come in and escalate this because you're getting away. You're the stable rock in this person's life. And I feel because you released this person, or you released them, now they are escalating. They're upping the ante, so to speak. I'm gonna commit to you, even though before we were seeing each other and you wanted a commitment, and it feels very much like third party situation. Separation in the reverse. They want to close the gap. They want to stop the silence. They want to bridge the distance. I keep hearing that. Air sign. You might be dealing with an air sign, or somebody has air placements because it is in the reverse. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and it feels very much like it's in the reverse. So kind of feel a little bit like this individual is not acting in their character. You might have seen that. They switched it up. They changed on you. I don't know what that's about. And you should be paying attention to your dreams. And my sage just changed. I'm not even kidding. Like the smell of my sage, I have it burning here. You can see that. And it's just lightly burning, but it smells a little different. That's what I said. It's like this person you might see this person in a different light than you did before. You're seeing things because I feel like the veil's coming off and you're feeling a bit questioning your choice. And I feel like you might have a different desire. You not only crave a partner, but an equal give and take. And this person is getting dreams maybe about you. If this is your person of interest, that's what's happening in their space. Tell me more. Tell me more about this read, please. They admire you. They're inspired by you. Music triggers them. They think a lot about you. They're trying to suppress their emotions. Whether it be the Gemini, it feels very much heavy Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it feels very heavy Gemini for me. I also feel this might be you going in a different direction and you're lacking emotion towards this person because you feel used. You feel like the mule. And, with a mule, you just keep packing it on the mule and the mule doesn't give out. They just take advantage of the mule. I see, like somebody on there, like we're going to build something together. And then you go down the path to build something, and they just keep putting their baggage on you. They're not carrying anything. In fact, I feel like you look over and they don't have anything in their hands and you're carrying everything. Ghosts. They want to not ghost you anymore. It feels very much like they walked away or they were distant. It's almost like the game, the runner chaser game, where somebody thought you were going to chase them and you didn't. You were like, I know how to play this. It almost feels like you were put in a third party or in a competitive state to compete for somebody's affection and attention. And you just said, no, you don't know me, sir, madam. You're like, I keep hearing that like, you got the wrong cat here. I'm not going to chase anybody. I know my worth and value and I'm going to stand up. And you just pulled your energy back. That's all you did. I don't even think you said anything to them. You just stepped away from the game. Oh my God. And it feels very much like if you were playing chess, you know how to play. You're a master player in chess, let's say. But the rules changed every single day. That would piss me off. And that's kind of what it feels like. If you do this one thing, I'll choose you. Or if you come more than halfway, then I'll choose you. And it was very manipulative and subtle. I have regrets in the upright. This person who's ravenously coming after you is feeling guilty about the games they play, I feel. And they recognize some of the things they're doing, that you were the prize all along. And they're feeling ashamed. I also feel you might be thinking similar. It feels very much karma. Like you might be going through regrets, unpacking your past relationships and recognizing, I was writing yesterday in my journal, and this kind of feels very similar. This energy here feels very similar to forgive yourself. And my ear is ringing. Oh my God. Okay, so that's validation. So like you might be going through a space of feeling overly guilty or ashamed about choices you made or things you've done in the past. Let it go. Let it go. I swear. The energy I feel off this card is I had to write myself a letter of forgiveness. And for not treating myself in the energy I now see myself for years past, for allowing myself to go through things, all for the betterment of me, all for my elevation. But I had to write myself hey, I just want to let you know I'm really sorry for chasing things that were never supposed to be yours, for pursuing validation, approval, acceptance, the pick-me girl back in the day, and that was something that was an inner child wound that needed to heal from way before I was in the game. But it was a part of the DNA that had to be released. That might be something you're recognizing is not only your worth, you also have a fire sign involved in this. And around fall, and it doesn't mean that's our primary placement. It could be just somebody takes the Aries or Sag, like adventure. It's very Virgo, same, but it's not, I know. I'm very adventurous, Sagittarius. I'm going to just take a risk. So around fall, you might be opening your mind to a new person. You might be meeting Leo, Sag, or Aries, or this person's coming back. You might be dealing with a Sag. It feels very much a Sag or an Aries currently, that you need to have a completion in this agreement, whether it's a previous relationship, but children are definitely involved. These are responsibilities. Somebody seems to be immature. You're recognizing it. It's like somebody wakes up one day and they're like, we have nothing in common. It's like the veil lifted. There's a union in your path. I'm not sure if it's old or new. Let's find out. Haven't even pulled a tarot card yet. I'm going to find out. It's always dicey with this deck. It's called What Lies Beneath. Tell me about this situation so the viewer can know what's going on. Toxic. You're recognizing toxic behavior. Maybe the police are involved, or courts. It could be anything legal. Somebody's doing something illegal, or you're finding that their thinking is probably not aligned with yours. They're doing shady things that you don't agree with. Burning evidence. Okay. And it feels very much like we don't want to get caught. Police also means investigation kind of level. It doesn't necessarily mean illegal activities, but it could be something that the public or you or general society would not agree with. Third party energy comes forward. Getting a room, hotel, motel. Somebody might be moving out, finding another space. Or this person is regretting, because I have ravenous regrets in getting a room, stepped out of your commitment to pursue other things. In their feelings, and check yourself. This person, whoever I'm reading for, has a very serious, difficult time reviewing their own ego. And ego just in essence means he's got out. So if I'm running the show and you're an obstacle for me getting what I want, there is no creator that's running the show. I can't be open to new things coming in because I have in my mind's eye how something's supposed to flow or go. And this person, I feel, is recognizing they might have a problem with attention seeking, obsessive, like they really are needing to be at the forefront of everybody. Like they need to be attractive to everybody. It feels like a very attractive person, but their personality doesn't match what you see. The personality is a little bit shady or darker, self-centered and egotistical, and this person has a very hard time with what you say to them, or this is what your person of interest is dealing with right now. It's hard. It's a dark night of the soul when you have an ego death. And when you go through an ego death, it's a reality of how important you really are in the world. Like you are important, but at the end of the day, this person I feel is maybe thought they were more grand than they are. And they're checking themselves. They might have ended up with some kind of S to D, and you're kicking this person to the court. And there might be, there's recording, right? And it feels very much like investigation. So if you know, you know. How about that? I don't really need to delve into the deets on this, but I feel like it's coming out, or your person is coming clean with this situation. Somebody I feel might have a problem with that, with attention seeking, like seek help kind of counseling level. It's an imbalance. There's a lack of humility, right? And then there's you, who I feel struggle with esteem. Like you might have a high let me rephrase. I feel like you have a high self-esteem, but it's moderate to low self-worth, which is I tolerate things way too long than I should, because I'm not sure if I deserve better, or I'll just stay distant and not commit and let this person do them, like go do you, boo. But in reality, you're not really being honest to how much you were committed and you cared for this person. Oh my goodness. So this is the energy coming off the cards. It's very much an awakening for you as well to deal with stuff. I have the Seven of Cups with the Tower in the reverse, and that's the same old. But no, it isn't. I'm sorry. It's personal transformation. It's not transformation of the situation outside of you. It's within you. So somebody is recognizing their worth. Thank God. It's fear, change, overcoming adversity, but it's also averting a disaster. Death card on the side. This is a personal transformation as well. So somebody's going through an awakening. It's a beginning. It's a metamorphosis from the caterpillar to the butterfly. Love that. It's also somebody popping the illusion That's what this is about, Seven of Cups. It's not just opportunities, but popping the illusion that was created. It's a distorted view of what should have been, could have been, would have been, that I get wrapped up in the outcome. It's like almost like you're investing in the better version of somebody once you're done training them up kind of vibe. And it's very much a daydream. This person is understanding, oh no, it could be a Scorpio. It could be, I have 2 Scorpio cards out. That's why I say this with a Scorpio, but this is very much seeing the reality for what it is. Somebody's restless. They want to rush back to you. I feel they're in their head about this loss. Especially if there's children or a child involved or the goal of a child. It feels very much lock it in kind of vibe. 8 of Cups, you walked away from the situation looking for your 10. I feel this is what you did. And this is what they want to transform back, is come back from this, get you back into those 8. And you are recognizing and leaving behind things that don't serve you. And the awakening, yeah, there's the boom, the Ace of Cups, or excuse me, Ace of Swords to the world. I hear like applause. So your epiphany of accept those things, people, situations that you cannot change is mental clarity. It's a breakthrough. And it's also, with it, brings a host of new opportunities with the world because it's a completion. So you completed a cycle. I think you took off the rein, the yoke around your neck, and you handed it back to your person and said, I'm going to step away from this for a minute. And this is fulfilling the closure of the cycle. It also feels a celebration of a new chapter for you, new beginnings. You might be traveling the world because the world card is here. It could be something you're launching for World Wide Web on on your own platform. You're stepping into the Emperor. You do feel nostalgic, and it's about safety and an equal give and take. I have the Moon card with the 5 of Swords. You're very defensive about conflict and it coming out. Like you don't want to fight with this person. I feel like say less should be the card that comes out if I had another card. But it feels like the less you say, the better this will be. But I do feel when you communicate to this person, it will be truth and it will provide clarity. You may not like what they have to say, but it's going to give you closure. Second, with the Justice is, what did I say when I first started this reading? Karma. And karma isn't karma, like it can be, but all it is energy coming back. So if I put out a lot of expectations of financial burden on my person, I need to pay the bill. It feels very much like justice. Justice should be here, or temperance as well, is the flow is going to change. I have another, Justice has the truth in their hand. So whatever you said, and it's very similar to the Ace of Swords, is whatever mental clarity you received, you spoke it, which brings you justice. And it falls on the Emperor and the world and the 6 of Cups. These reminiscing, nostalgia, I feel like if this is you or your person, they are reflecting on relationships that match their energy, somebody they could build with, and they keep rescuing people or putting themselves in situations due to their ego. And that's how they're raised. That's not necessarily the right thing, but this is very much, loss, grief, unpacking, not just the grieving of this relationship, but grieving all the relationships that were not equal give and take and one-sided. So it kind of feels, and whoever I'm reading for, it could be you, it could be your person. The awakening is I think the universe forgot about me. I keep pouring into cups that are broken, chipped, got cracks in them, and they never pour back into me. Nobody sees my value or worth. I'm not going anywhere with these, adopting this behavior. I keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, right? And this person is awakening to that. And the Justice is the balance of the scale. So I'm only going to give to those that give to me, that show interest in me. I'm going to match that energy. I'm not going to chase. I can pursue to, like, if I see an opportunity, I might take an approach towards it. But if it's not for me, I'm going to know immediately. I'm not going to chase something because I want it so badly. I have I thought I saw the 3 of Cups, but it's a Page of Wands, communicating their passion, their desire. You might be going after a new job or somebody. It feels very much your own happiness, but it's you're being inspired to do something different. I feel like if this is a work-related situation, you might be like the Aquarius might be stepping into your own global, like your own job. You're creating your own company. If this is I think it's everywhere for this person. I feel like it's everywhere. Somebody's going to come forward inspired with you, wanting to start something new. Or you're going to reach out to somebody else and start something. It just, whoever I'm reading for, this energy is a push. And I say that in my readings a lot. Whenever I see the cycles close and I see an ace right above it, is something closes so something new can come in, is because the foundation wasn't solid. And it was your foundation of how you see yourself and how you see others and your role in their life as well as your life. And it's a cycle that's closing. It's beautiful energy. It's freedom is what this is. It's gorgeous. Tell me more about this reading. The Hermit to the Page of Wands is somebody sitting in a space of contentment, silence, solace, evaluating, meditating, reviewing, unpacking, maybe inventorying, and now all of a sudden we get public recognition. So a second you close something else, Ten of Swords right there, Ten of Swords, there's immediate success. You might be getting accolades at work. You kind of like rose above. It's very much Leo energy, so you might have taken charge of a situation, or you might be connecting with a Leo, moving away from a Libra, or leaving a Libra in the dust, or a Scorpio. Lots of air out. You could also be that Ten of Swords. It's coming to me as epiphanies. So the ending of a cycle, painful ending, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, crisis, failure, collapse, defeat, is the release of the feeling that you were responsible of this conflict. Somebody was like very upset, very negative. And the Five of Swords, when I always talk about in my personal life, the Five of Swords is a backward ass compliment. That's what this feels like. You're so pretty. If you only lost 30 pounds, you can model. I'm like, I like my bits and my M&Ms. Thank you very much. That's what this is. Like, you know, screw you and the horse you rode in on. But this is very much somebody who doesn't want you to elevate, or you're leaving behind. It feels again an Aries, or it feels like a Gemini, or it could be Taurus, could be Libra, Virgo. It could be any of these signs that you're leaving behind people that aren't for you, that are wishing, like you have a bunch of phony friends that you're running this marathon. It's not a sprint. You've been on this road for a few years of a self-evolvement, and you're crossing that finish line, and they're like, yeah, way to go. He's never going to make it. She's never going to make it. She's going to drop the baton, whatever. And you're dropping these people like hot potatoes because you're finding your tribe. Chariot, it's going to come fast. You're making decisions left and right. You might even be, this Page of Wands is also telling me that you might be in communication with somebody relatively briefly. It's a new relationship, but they match your energy. It feels like very much a Virgo, could be a Capricorn. But it feels very much like moving quickly. Cancer energy now on the table with the Chariot, moving quickly towards you for a new beginning. Leaving less desirable parties for a higher elevation. You are definitely in search of happiness. The Sun. You want wish fulfillment with a new opportunity. Page of Pentacles. You are moving into manifestation of it feels like you just launched yourself into a whole different timeline. You're moving into financial wealth, abundance, security, prosperity, leaving all the haters behind you. You're going to get a lot of love from this old crew that recognize your worth and value. Jealous as hell, not your fans. You're gonna get some accolades, but you got some haters behind you. Yeah, but you're moving forward. This could be anything. It feels, I'm reading for a collective, but this could be a new opportunity you're passionate about, a new industry. I've read this as sobriety. Somebody is moving away from a toxic lifestyle into self-love, understanding, awareness, all of it. It's understanding love is love. I am love. So when I say I love you, I am love. I give you love, unconditional love, without expectation for much in return. But if it's not warranted or reciprocal, then it's not for you, right? So I'm going to go and find the tribe that matches the energy I give. That's this energy. So it's not that I'm pulling back the love I have for a human. I'm just changing the energy. to match my energy. That's all that's happening. So, you know, you're still friends with these people. You're still, you know, personable, but you quit investing to the level you used to how you used to give. Could be family. It's just like you're changing up. You're making a choice to put self-love at the forefront of this horse, and it's moving in. It's coming in. You might have changed your diet due to health reasons. If not diet, I feel exercise. You're like, the glow up I see you going through is part of this journey, and it's recognizing it. You feel like you may be at the end of a rope. If I'm reading for a person, I feel like I'm reading for you. If not, this isn't your reading, and that's okay. Move on. You'll find another one. The 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior. Tired. Persistently showing up for other people, persistently, consistently giving 100%, whether it be the job, you're a hard worker, you give energy, like I just said, you're giving energy to those that don't reciprocate it, and now you're stuck because I feel like there's a part of you, and I feel I was raised Catholic, and nothing, I love Catholicism, it's not about that, but religious, it doesn't matter what brand you are. But the 2 of Wands is, I made a commitment, right? So if somebody's leaving another person, I made a commitment, and this is definitely the death of my soul if I stay kind of energy, whether it be at a work environment, family environment. For boundaries, this is a boundary card, and with putting up a boundary, I'm choosing to pivot and go in another direction, maybe move. This is a like life-changing decision I don't think the wounded warrior is going to change their energy so much. This isn't about their commitment level or how they show up for work or how much I give to a situation. I'm just giving to the wrong people that don't match the energy. And this person's having an epiphany. I don't really need to change. I don't need to be defensive about love not coming in. I just recognize I'm not matched to the same kind of vibration. So I need to pivot this and make a major decision to go back or go find, like turn my back on the people and go find the parties, the person that would reciprocate it. And this is a very challenging, committed individual that takes this very seriously. It could be losing a job. I mean, or walking away from a job you're really good at, actually, and starting your own. You want a celebration, King of Pentacles, taking initiative. This is somebody who's walking into wealth, balance. I feel like it's a leadership position, and they're going, again, Cancer again on the board, celebration, friendship, collaboration, creativity, friendship. So I feel like they're going into a different community that is bringing them happiness. This is a major decision, life-changing decision. This is a disciplined person who very understands how energy flows, is getting it. And it's like, what is for me won't pass me by. And this person I'm reading for is highly, highly, highly spiritually connected. Like them and Yeshua are tight, peas and carrots. So as they commit to the flow, it could be a Leo and a Virgo also connected. They're recognizing the 2 of Wands just keep screaming at me. So they might be leaving a situation or even a partnership. And this feels very 180. So this feels like somebody who is planning or preparing to make this move with a same-sex relationship, with a commitment at a high level. They might be launching a business because they can come out and communicate. It feels very much like coming out, but it doesn't mean what you think it means. It feels very much like I've kept this under wraps and working on it so quietly. It's time. So they might be launching a channel. They might be stepping into awareness. It could be marriage, right? So they might have had a secondary relationship quietly on simmer, but they've not really engaged in it at the level of commitment status, but now they're wanting to. But this is celebration, marriage, community. Like I said, this is somebody who's been dating a while, multiple people. It's the 2 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. It's a difficult decision for this person. What's going to bring them joy, happiness, prosperity? I think the only concern I have is when I look at this has been the trap. So if I put my expectation out there of they will complete me, Jerry Maguire, then I will always be left being the mule, because then I have to chase something versus it being a mutual discussion or decision between the two people to equally yoke and build this foundation together. So somebody's coming into money. I feel like they've always had money. This person's pretty good with money. And it feels very much like if I were just going to, like, off the cuff, maybe change industries completely, because they're really good at picking the best stocks, for example. And now they have an opportunity to help other people gain wealth through letting go of old conceived ideas of I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, especially crab in a bucket kind of vibe. So this person's moving into a whole different timeline. It's long-term success. This person, it feels like a Cancer. I'm reading for the Cancer tribe, and there's a lot of financial abundance. They might also have Virgo placement, Gemini placement in their chart. But this person's finally taking the final step from interdependent to dependent, or complete independence. So interdependent, meaning it required a team of people to do what I'm doing, but I can do this by myself. And I do it better than most, and I'm not going to say anything, I just know this. So it's that self-worth, self-esteem to self-worth increasing. So I feel like you're completing a major cycle. You're leaving some folks behind. They miss you, good God. And I have the King of Wands to the Queen of Cups to the Five of Cups. So somebody is missing you. Whoever I'm reading for, the Magician to the Star card, trying to heal us. Can't show you the naked cartoon on YouTube, but you get the idea. Behind there is a person who's, let me just show you. This person, very similar to Temperance. Anytime you see these major arcanas, right, and they have their foot in the water, don't look at the fingernails, but they have their foot in the water and they're pouring back in, this is the time to receive. So somebody may have had a hard time receiving accolades, receiving credit, wealth, opportunities, but this is also the divine giving them a sense of purpose. With this financial abundance, it's quite a bit of financial abundance. This person has, it could be an Aquarius coming toward them as well, taking the initiative, finding their purpose to renew their spirituality. It's a good omen, and it's very much reconciliation, because it's beyond the healing. With healing, just like if you had gotten sick, when you feel sick, you don't give it the energy that you normally would. You're sick. But when somebody's healing, they're refed, right? So this is the time that this person's receiving accolade, their self-esteem, whatever this relationship or mule situation was a number, this person took a hit, a number to their ego. It made them question their looks, their thoughts, their talents. I mean, just like, it's very much abusive. Sorry, I just work here, but I would call it abusive. And this person, it took a while for them to understand. The longer they were away from this toxic environment, the situation, I am not any of those things this person claimed me to be. In fact, I feel pretty strong about myself. I have some skills, talents, and abilities independent of this tribe, this group of people, or this person. And this person's manifesting this. These are major arcana. So the divine, their tribe, your tribe, are moving into a space of self-confidence while they are leaving, they're feeling left out. You're moving on. If you're divorcing, separating, like whatever this loss is, when you chose, if I'm reading for you, which I feel like I might be, this person, you made this independent move away from this tribe, this family, these people, this situation, and opportunities started flowing in because you're constantly protected. And your divine was like, I'm not blessing you while you're giving, over giving to people in situations that don't deserve this. So I'm going to hold this back until you're in a safe location, solo. And then we're going to feed your esteem, and then we're going to bless you so you understand your worth. And now, like Spider-Man sensey, like downloads when people come forward to you out of nefarious motive, right? You're going to have the intellect to discern. That's what this is. This is an awakening. This is the death of old DNA. This is a rebirth. That's what's happening here. Devil in the reverse, recovery. It's absolutely, you're recovering and you're releasing limiting beliefs. So if you are the person I'm reading for, it feels very much like I can't because nobody in my family could. Like you might be graduating, the first to graduate from college, you're closing a chapter there, you're elevating with a new skill or ability, and you're getting accolades because you're doing really well at it, and it's your first time ever doing it. You have freedom restored. That's the devil reverse. It's like taking that yoke off. You know, the yoke is a heavy, it has a piece of wood on it, and it guides the mule or the oxen how to make a path in the row or a row so you can lay seed down. Farmers used it. They put a yoke on it and it would follow. It's very, very heavy, and it's a burden. So when you have your yoke on and somebody else puts their yoke on and then another person puts their yoke on, this person's carrying everybody's expectation for performance on their shoulders. Now they're releasing all of them, and it's a dead weight lifted. The divine is blessing them, saying, listen, you don't have to wear anybody's yoke. In fact, the Bible even says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. If you follow Yeshua. And I don't know, put it in the comment box. And again, I'm ad-libbing because I don't have my Bible in front of me, but you get the idea. It feels very much like that. It's like somebody has an understanding of what that means now. Is like, oh, I could just trust the divine to provide for me, and then I don't have any fear or anxiety about the future. It's all going to happen and uncover itself. As I listen to my gut and act on it, I end up always in the right position, on my feet, doing fine. And he's always provided for me. Like the universe has always come forward and given me exactly what I needed. And I can look back now and say, wow, I survived all of that. And I'm not only on my feet, I'm doing better than I did when I was in it, when I was fighting for accolades and approval and validation and acceptance and blah, blah, blah. So this is beautiful. I don't want this reading again. I have the Hangman. This is surrender. Hangman is releasing old thoughts of why not me, or why can't, like, oh, I can't be the next big thing. I don't have all these people behind me. I don't come from an affluent family. Whatever that is, it's gone. You're entering the Empress level. Love this. Good for you. Love you. Because I feel like, you know what, why not you? This is abundance. You're being seen as the nurturer, genuine, authentic, humble, attractive, like the real you that you've always been is just being more seen. Yay, congratulations. And it feels very much like you might be recognized for your love, or like a soft hand with your kids kind of vibe. It's like solid commitment, love, you know, like a guide. Mama bear, I always call it. That's what I'm called. But this is like, it's evolution, because you don't carry the burdens of your children. You let them make their own decisions and let them fall, but you're there to hold them, their hand, while they, you know, put the Band-Aid on the knee. This truth is going to come in. This is a fight I feel somewhere else regarding my worth, my beliefs, my whatever I believe in, whatever this fight was, whatever this conflict is. Somebody's speaking their truth to this person, and it's rushing in. Somebody's going, it doesn't matter male or female, but it's a judgment call. If I don't find the judgment card here, it's going to shock me, but somebody's rushing in, just heavy on the air sign. And this is somebody trying to defend their belief system. And it's not like they're fighting. It's just it's an awareness. I have my sword up and I'm putting my boundaries up. You might have already done this, but it's clear communication with a clear mindset of, we don't match. This isn't a match. And it's not necessarily negative. It's just you choose to stay in the rotation with this circus. And I'm rushing in ambitious. I feel like this person's rushing in ambitiously to change your perspective of the situation. And it's a different perspective. 5 of Wands. This person's very anxious. There's been a lot of competition placed. I feel placed you in a spirit of between two people. And this is what you're going to share. This is what you're going to tell this person is, I don't really need to fight for your approval. And if you don't choose me, you don't choose me, but I don't even know if I want you anymore. That's the vibe, as I think somebody's stepping into their Empress. It's been too long. Yeah, Knight of Wands, passionately rushing in. If I didn't, I have 3 of the Knights out. So I feel like you're elevating the Lovers. It's a soulmate. Wanting to come back and restore things. 6 of Swords to get their 10 of Cups. Temperance. Love it. Michael the Archangel, balancing this out. You were this one. This was your cup at one point, and you poured into their cup. And now, because you have balanced your emotion, your mental, and you've detached your self-esteem from the success of this thing, now Michael can come back in and equate. They're going to pour into your cup. That's, if I don't see, sixes are made for me very transitional, spiritual. So this person might have been enlightened of what they've done. They see your worth. They see you're single. They see you're attractive. I feel like you're very luxury, like you like luxury. I said this at the beginning of this reading, and it feels very much like tied to worth, tied to value. I like nice things. I do. I don't buy a lot of them, but when I buy them, I want to buy them once. I don't want to keep buying something over and over. And this is kind of the vibe, is somebody sees your worth now, where before they didn't see it. They want to reward you. It takes every fiber of their being to come forward, because this is an ego of death. It might, again, be a Leo. And it's a subtle power, persuasive, balanced, and they're trying to match your energy. Just keeping it real. Wheel of Fortune. I'm supposed to stop there. This is good karma coming in. Whatever this is for you, I had to look. They're preparing to have this conversation, but whatever this Wheel of Fortune is, it's success. Money, 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 making it rain. I love it. But this is also your destiny. This relationship was part of your destiny. This awakening, part of your calling, part of your path, part of your journey. You have so much more that you're going to be doing, but it required you to have boundaries, communicate your concerns, stand on your own 2 feet, all the things, close out cycles that don't serve you, because where you're going requires that level of Empress. It requires that level of Emperor, and it requires you to make a change. So if you want to get into the details and the minutia, give me a holler, fourthdimensiontarot@gmail.com, or email, on the email, or you can just hit the link below. Before you leave, hit that subscribe button. If this is your vibe, you like this channel, follow us for more content. You can get access to all my videos. It costs you nothing. It takes you 1 second. And share with a friend and give us some positive feedback. I love it. Love and light to each and every one of you. If you want to join us on Saturday morning for school edition, more information below as well in the link if you want to learn how to read tarot. So we have a symposium coming up on the 20th. If you want to join that, you can as well. So love and light. Have a great week.